Oh, I got to get my chat up.
Hello, everyone. How are you today?
Hi,
First of all,
everybody.
let me play with this screen for a second. There. That's what I want. I want that bigger screen. There we go. So, how is everybody? Emma, Catherine, and Sherry are here. We got them hanging out today.
And I forgot to even pull up the live. I don't know what I guess I'm just nervous about today.
Why are you nervous about today?
Well, because I have dabbled in Tunisian, but I would not say that I am any sort of expert in
Got
Tunisian.
right. Well,
So, I'm going to be, and especially this, I was looking over the pattern that we're going to use, and it uses the Tunisian purl stitch quite a bit. And that's not a stitch that I have used with any regularity. So,
I've never used the pearl, so
well, I have, but not like we're going to use, not a lot, just say that. And it's kind of awkward. It's an awkward stitch for me anyway. I find
we'll
it awkward.
we'll get to figure it out, won't we?
Yes, we will.
So Jennifer's here and Kathy's here and Deborah's here. Getting some more people popping in here. Hello. So I told Angie I wanted to just start with a little hook discussion.
Yes.
Just a little hook discussion because hooks are very important.
Right.
And I find the hooks for this project even more challenging to find the hook you like than regular crochet. I mean, I don't know why, but
Yeah, Tunisian hooks are. I have gone through I've had metal ones, I've had
Mhm.
plastic ones, and now I just got this new kit. This is I got it on Amazon. It's a Knitter's Pride Dreams with a Z, and it's a full. I mean, it's a got what? How many? One, two, three,
Right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sizes,
And you got
and
a few cords.
few cords and ends and connectors and all that stuff, and it was about $45. So on the cheaper end for a Tunisian crochet hook set, but they're wood. They're like not bamboo, but they're like a hardwood,
Yeah.
and I have used them because I started a top using some of that yarn we got last weekend for the from the fiber festival.
Oh,
And I have used them. I mean, I haven't gotten very far, but I've got just this little piece of a
yeah.
shoulder started, and I so far I really like them. The hooks,
Hmm.
the wood hooks. I don't like
Well,
the metal, and I hate the plastic. I know that.
well, here as I was like going through some of my hooks I actually went and bought a new hook today. And I just wanted to talk about them real quick. So, like you said, you've had plastic. I don't have any plastic hooks.
Yeah, the plastic I couldn't even use. They were
So,
unusable.
first of all, you have corded varieties,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
These are. Hang on, I'm gonna. Now I got you too close. Hang on. Let me back you out for a minute here. Okay, there we go. So we have corded hooks, right?
Yep.
These are all corded. Now, if you look at the cords, and here's my issue. Look at the cords, okay? So this set here has this very nice, it has very long, but also very, very flexible, pliable cord.
Yes, and that is important. That
And I
it
love
doesn't like retain its. You
right,
want a cord that's not going to retain its shape.
right.
It's not going to coil up on you.
However, this came from a set I got on Amazon a long time ago when I thought I was going to dabble.
Yeah.
And it's just a cheap little set. This is just a wooden hook. It's horrible. I hate the hook. I tried using it today. It's not smooth. It catches. It's nasty.
Yeah.
So, although I like its cord a lot, don't like the hook. What's
Right.
important? The hook. If your stitches aren't going to slide on your hook, it's garbage. So
Right.
there's that. Then I went to Hobby Lobby today and I bought this one because I wanted this size hook for our project.
Right.
This cord is as stiff as a board, pretty much.
Okay, I've got a hot tip for you for that.
What is your hot tip?
The hot tip to I just read about this because I was looking at different when I was choosing which set I was going to purchase. someone in the reviews had been talking about stiff cords, and someone made the recommendation that if you put the cord in hot water,
Yeah.
it will soften it up
Well,
and put
I
it
have
out.
been doing this since I got it, bending it the opposite way.
Yeah.
And I have gotten a lot of the curl out of it because it came in a package, like this big. And that
Right.
whole thing was curled up in
Curled
there,
up. Yeah.
super tight. So I have gotten it to this point, right?
Yes.
Now, this is my Knitter's Pride hook, and it has a much more flexible cord, although it's still, it's still not great, I
Right.
would say, but it still would be my favorite. However, this one's only a 5, and I'm not going to be able to use this one.
Well, the thing I liked about these Knitter's Pride ones is that they're, you have all the sizes in the kit, and the cords fasten on and off.
Right. And that's the other thing. This one doesn't.
Which is really nice because you can use them for regular hooks then
Right.
too.
This is not interchangeable at all. That's just the Hobby Lobby one. That's
Right.
not interchangeable at all. That's a $2 hook, right?
Right.
It was interchangeable, and I had to buy the hook separate from the cord, and this is about $10 worth.
Right.
So there's that difference.
Right.
So I can't use this one for this project because it's not the right size. So then I do have a straight hook. Now, there's nothing wrong with that straight hook.
No, it's just that they're a little cumbersome if you're not using anything. I have an Afghan hook as well, and I don't mind my Afghan hook. Right. That's what that's called. I mean, that's what my grandma always called it, was an Afghan hook.
Yeah, that's what my mom used to call Tunisian crochet, was the Afghan stitch.
Yes. And so there's nothing wrong with an Afghan hook, but it just, especially if you're a pencil gripper.
However, you get that end, I will hit myself with this.
Yes, it does get a little cumbersome
because it's long, right? So those are my 2 6s that I have for options right now. And I didn't want to invest a bunch of money into hooks until I knew if I really wanted to do more Tunisian crochet.
Right.
So there's that. But we were talking also about what hook size to use. And so Tunisian, a general rule is whatever hook your yarn would call for, go up 2 sizes.
Right. You want to use a bigger hook than what you would normally use.
So go up 2 sizes. So DK is what I have. I would use a 4 for DK. Yep. So I'm looking at a 6.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I thought was kind of nice though with this. If I wanted to, if I get tired of using, say, this one, I can always flip back to this one at some point. When you get down to your 1 stitch, it's easy enough to do. They're the same size hook. I mean, right. So there would be no difference. So anyhow, I haven't decided which one I'm going to start with, but I did do a little sample with, I've tried all these hooks today. So I've got a little swatch here, a little swatchy going, but anyhow. So that's our little TED Talk. I guess we'll call it our little TED Talk on Tunisian hooks. And I don't know, I might find myself investing in a nicer set, a complete set.
Well, I thought, I have this project that we're going to do here. And then I have this project where I'm making this top, which is Tunisian. And then I bought the yarn and pattern at the Fiber Festival to make that other Tunisian cowl.
Yeah.
And I need a different size hook for each of those. So I figured, okay, that's 3 hooks.
I found this free pattern today. And I was like, that is gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. And that uses quite a variety of different stitches. And I was like, it is stunning. It's got a little like diamond pattern in it. Isn't that pretty? So I might be investing in some more hooks because there's some pretty cool stuff out there.
Yeah, I looked at the Chai Gu ones, and I mean, eventually, if I really got into Tunisian, that's what I would want, because I do have one Chai Gu hook, and it is phenomenal. It's very nice, but their set is like $120. So
right. Well, you can, some of those things you can piece them together a hook at a time, and
right.
There is that possibility. So
right. Oh, we didn't put the pattern link in here in the chat. Nobody even knows what we're doing.
Oh, I know. We haven't even gotten that far yet.
No. Okay. You get that far and I'll find the pattern.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that far yet. So I did put it in the description.
Oh, okay, good.
So it's there. So we are doing this Chevron crazy scarf. So this is actually made with a bulkier yarn, and neither one of us are really using bulky. So the pattern designer is Hayley Joanne Robinson. And so we're going to make some chevrons here.
Yep, and it's a Ravelry download, but it's a free Ravelry download, and you don't even have to sign up for Ravelry if you don't want to.
No.
To use it. So you don't have to have a Ravelry account to get it.
Yep. Alternating sections of the Tunisian purl stitch and the Tunisian simple stitch. So this called for a 9mm hook, but they're also using, like I said, they are using a chunky yarn.
Yep.
And we're not using a chunky yarn. So now the nice thing about a pattern like this is it's just a scarf. It would be easy enough to use a straight hook like this because all of your stitches would fit on there without any trouble. And you wouldn't have to have a corded hook for this.
Right.
You would be surprised how many stitches I get because, it's much more difficult to crochet as a pencil gripper Tunisian than, where's my other hook at? Where did it go?
Why did you get rid of me? Am I fired?
Oh, no, because I wanted to blow up the hooks and things like that. I wanted to make it big while I was showing that.
Okay.
I'll bring you back. Don't worry. What was I going to say? Oh, I only have a hook that's this long, right? And like I said, because I am a pencil crocheter, it's very difficult. You get all your fabric here. Knife holders have a much easier time doing Tunisian. But I have fought the battle, and I'm still doing my pencil hold.
Are you really? See, now I have converted.
No, I can get 95 stitches on there.
Oh, see, it's funny because when I regular crochet, I still pencil hold.
Yeah.
But when I do Tunisian, I switch and do knife.
No,
and I don't have a problem. I mean, I can switch back and forth. At first, it's a little awkward, and my hands don't want to, it's like muscle memory or something, and my hands don't want to work so well, but I get it eventually.
I will squish my 95 stitches all on that hook, so I can still hold it in my pencil hold. So I know, right? I squish them all together. So Angie, how many yarns do you have?
Okay, well, I have one full-size hank of this, and this is from I got this at the Fiber Festival. It's called This Craft or That, and it is 85% superwash, 15% Donegal Nep, because it's the fleck. What am I trying to say? Not fleck.
The flex in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Tweed. It's Tweedy. It's Tweedy. So I have 231 yards of this, which is a DK weight. And then I bought this cute little mini pack that came with 5 other complementary colors. So I'm going to alternate colors.
So have you thought about how and when you're going to alternate colors? Like,
no, not yet.
Are you going to do big sections? You're going to do little sections? You're going to do...
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to start with the main color, and then I think I'm going to do it kind of haphazardly, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
I'm going to maybe do like 1 row of this, and then 5 rows of this, and then 3 rows of this, and then 2 rows of this, and then 1 row of that. I'm going to like do it weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have a specific pattern.
No, I want it to be random.
Where I'm thinking I'm doing a pattern.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna use I'm gonna do random.
I have these 3 here. I started with this yarn. This was from it's I always forget what it is. TJJH or what AJ something something. It's a bunch of initials. And she's from Eaton Rapids, Michigan. AJHC.
Yes.
And this was a show color for the Fiber Fest we were just at. This was her show color she dyed. And not everybody did a show color, which I thought was cool. So I found things to go with it because it has orange in it and it has this pretty teal in it. And so I started with these 3. And then at the very end, I just randomly picked this up. Angie and I both liked this yarn and we both got a hank of it.
Is that the one from the...
This is from Fiber Seed.
Fiber Seed, yes.
Yep, this is from Fiber Seed. And I got that puppy home and I looked at it and I was like, well, I'll be darned if it doesn't go with all of this stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm using all 4 of those. All right.
Yes, Catherine, and you know what? A one color would look great, but also if you had like a self-striping or a variegated yarn, I think would also look great for this.
Catherine is working on the adventurous scarf that I'm doing. The Tony.
Oh, the Tony one?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's looking really good. She's got...
I know. Are you guys surprised at my color choices here? I've only got... Well, I do have orange, but then I've only got one brown. I think I'm doing pretty good at coming out of my comfort zone a little.
Well, I'm not surprised, but...
Well, no. Everybody else might be surprised.
I was kind of with you when you picked it out. And
yeah. I'm doing a pink scarf.
Yeah. Well, you got a little pink in there, but you got rust and you got some other colors.
Well, this is that's going to be mostly primarily pink.
So anyhow, that's our discussion, our getting started discussion. How's that? Our getting started discussion. All right. Well,
so I have a quick question in looking at the abbreviations again, because Tunisian is not my number one when I go to crochet something.
Mm-hmm.
I know what a Tunisian purl stitch is. I know what a Tunisian simple stitch is and how to work it. But a Tunisian full stitch, is that the same as a Tunisian knit stitch?
No, Tunisian full goes between your spaces.
Okay, so that's a knit. That's the same thing as a Tunisian knit stitch.
But I don't know what the difference is.
I suppose I should have looked that up before we started.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to do the Tunisian purl, so I'm gonna have to learn that one.
Oh yeah, it's hard. It's not. It's just I find it cumbersome. I find it uncomfortable. Uncomfortable, I guess, is the awkward. It feels awkward. I didn't say hi to Marissa. I saw Marissa. She asked about sanding down the hook. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just cheap hooks, and I don't know how well that would work.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could, but then you'd probably want to either oil it, which then could leach into your yarn, or you'd want to put some sort of coating on it.
I mean, the Knitter's Pride ones, or Knitter's Pride or Knit Picks or whichever they were, I don't even remember now. Those are nice wood. Those are a nice.
Yes,
wood. Those are nice,
Yeah,
smooth.
I like
it's just this cheap set that's what it was, a cheap set.
Yeah, I really like these Knitter Pride. Yep, hi Sue.
Just a cheap set. So
Sue, I just finished before we went on here. I just finished weaving in the ends of your Afghan.
Woo! Look at that.
I had told myself, you know what? Damn it, Sue. This Afghan has been 2 years in the making, and she knows how much I hate weaving in ends. I had half a mind to send it to her with the ends out and tell her she had to weave in her own ends.
So I think the difference, the Tunisian full stitches are usually only done, as far as I've seen, at the beginning, at the end. Like I do on my scarf that I'm doing. I started doing a Tunisian full stitch at the beginning when I was going, making the triangle shape. You did a Tunisian full at the beginning, and you did a Tunisian full at the end, and it's an increase.
Oh, okay.
So those add. That's why they're called Tunisian full stitches, because they're adding a stitch. So I was
Well,
adding
then
a
what's the
stitch.
difference between that and an increase then? Because it lists in the abbreviations that we will be doing both Tunisian full stitches and increases.
I don't know where the increases are, so I don't know. We'll have to wait till we get there.
Okay.
I just know that that is what the full stitches we're doing in the scarf that I've been making. Those
Okay.
stitch at the beginning and they add a stitch at the end.
Okay.
I don't know where their increases go and how we do that.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right,
we'll
well,
find out
are
in a
we ready to
second,
get
won't we?
started? Do we
We
want to
will
get
find out
started?
in a second.
Yeah, we will
See,
find
here
out.
I am. And here's the other thing about this cord. This cord, I wouldn't be bothered by it as much if the curl curled the other way completely. But the way it's curling, here's my hook. I don't know if you can even see what I'm talking about. Here's the hook, and the cord's curling right into where I want to hold and crochet. If it was curling away from me, you know,
Yeah.
I'd be better if it was curling away, but it's not.
I think that this is too tight. I think I might want to go up even one more to a
It's
6.5.
right in my face.
I think I'm gonna change.
I already tried mine. I like mine with a 6. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 6.5.
I already tried it with a 6 and I liked what I got. So
But that means I gotta undo my chain and put a new cord on.
hey, I just can't. I'm gonna end up buying another hook is what I'm gonna do. Because I don't like that hook. So we're gonna go with this bad boy for a while. Anyhow, we'll go with this for a while. And I'm gonna go buy a new hook. I'll have to get it online because. So we're starting out with a chain of 41.
Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second here. Give me just a
Now you can't see a thing that
cotton
I'm
picking
doing.
second.
I'm just going to start chaining. I'm going to chain nice and loose here.
See, and that's what I did. Yeah, you need to chain a little bit loosely. Is Marissa still here? Marissa, is this your last work day or do you have to work Monday too? Marissa's coming to visit me on Tuesday. I'm so excited.
She's going to be there on Tuesday?
Yeah. Yeah. She's going to come on Tuesday. I'm going to pick her up from the airport on Tuesday. And then I got some fun stuff I think we're going to do if we have time. I'd like to take her to Frankenmuth. Check stuff out there. And then she's going to go to trivia night with us on Wednesday night. Be part of the Meerkats team.
Right, I got my 41 stitches.
Okay, I've got my 41 chains.
So now we're going to pull up a loop from the back of the second chain from the hook and each one across, so you end up with 41 loops on your hook.
So what they're saying is the third, you go in the back loop.
Go in the back loop.
I don't like doing that, so I'm not.
I'm not going to either. I'm not going to either, just so you know. So
we're just going to go along, and if you've never Tunisian crocheted, all you're doing is yarning over and pulling up, and you're just leaving all of those loops on your hook.
Yeah.
And you might have to, as you get further along down your chain, you might have to pop your hand over the top of them, like as if you were knitting. What was I going to say? Did I skip a chain there? Oh, yep, I skipped a chain, it looks like. Don't know how I did that, but it looks like I did. Oh, so I've got a new good watch. I know Mindy doesn't care, but I always talk about what I'm watching this week. So let's talk about what I'm watching this week.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched a really, really good series. And at first, when I first started watching it, I didn't think I was going to like it. Somehow I've got my chain twisted. I got to start all over. I didn't think I was going to like it. It's on Prime. And has anybody watched it? It's got Jeff Daniels, which Jeff Daniels was in Dumb and Dumber and, all that silly stuff. But he actually plays a pretty serious role. And the show is called American Rust. And it's very good. It's more of a drama, but it's a very good show. And he plays a different kind of character. I gotta totally redo this. Somehow I got my chain all discombobulated. Yeah, so I got to start all over. I'm sorry, you guys. I told you I'm not. When I first get started, I'm not very coordinated at all. It just feels very foreign to me. So it's really good. He's a few different characters. I mean, he has a few different jobs in the show, but it starts out he's a police chief in this small town in Pennsylvania, and he's a former Pittsburgh homicide detective. And it's very good. So there's 2 seasons of it, and I'm hoping that there's going to be a 3rd season, because at the end of the 2nd season, it ends off in quite a cliffhanger.
He owns a theater, right?
Yes, I did know that, actually.
It's in Michigan.
Yes.
It's in Chelsea.
Yep, I did know that.
The Rose something, the Black Rose, the something Rose Theater in Chelsea. He owns that, runs that, whatever. So this first row, you're just going to do your return pass just like normal. This is just our setup row. Return pass is you're just going to loop over and go through your first stitch, just the first loop, and then you yarn over and you go through 2 at a time. All the way back. That's the return pass.
Yep, for the ends, that's what you always do. On the end, you loop over and go through only 1, and then you yarn over and go through 2 all the way down until you have only 1 loop left on your hook.
Yep.
And the reason you only go through 1 on the first stitch of your return pass is that creates kind of a chain 1 to turn. Something interesting, this top I'm making that's Tunisian, you do not ever only go through 1 on your return pass. You always go through 2. But you would think that you would end up getting less stitches. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of like doing a decrease.
Are you adding something somewhere?
Yeah, you pick up a loop in like the next chain before you do it. So you pick up an extra loop to maintain your same stitch count rather than only yarning over and going through 1, which was weird.
I can see nothing I'm doing. So I'm trying.
See, and now I've switched over from my pencil to my knife grip, and so now it's gonna be a little bit weird for a second. I have to switch over when I get cloth on my hook because I don't know, I just can't hold it pencil grip when I've got material there.
I have, like I said, I have gotten into the habit. I've squished my stitches in there and I just hold it. If I had a long thing, like if I was doing a great big old long blanket or something, I know I would have to switch over. But
a nutcracker. Oh, there we go.
But currently
that works out for you.
Currently, I don't have to. Yeah.
And I'm sure with more practice at this, I am going to, not alternate, but perfect what my most comfortable holding is. Because the only other thing I've done of any significance is I've made several panels for that elf coat, and those are Tunisian. Those are all Tunisian knit stitch. But that was a much bulkier yarn, and so I'm still adjusting to.
Oh, we're going to start right out with purl. So you're going to have to tell me what a purl is. So I don't have
Okay, hold on. Let me get down there. I'm almost back.
Do a full.
A purl stitch is okay, let me get there because it's going to be, I want to show you and tell you at the same time.
No, yeah. I know it's something with the yarn. You move the yarn.
You move the yarn to the front.
Way.
Yeah.
What I thought. You move the yarn to the front and you go through the space.
Nope, you still go through the vertical bar. Yep.
But you just have your yarn in the front.
In the front, and then you move your front. Before you insert your hook, you put your yarn to the front. I'm sorry it's taking me so long to get back. I did have to start all over.
Yeah, that'll be
okay.
That'll be weird for sure. So the first thing we do, of course, is that first vertical bar is actually right there, right on your edge.
And you don't use that
one. It is right underneath your loop, and we're not using that because we have our loop up above. But our full stitch is going to go between our first two vertical bars. So you go between the first two vertical bars to pull up your loop. Now we do the purls.
Okay, so then we are going to, so what you do is you bring your yarn around to the front.
8. So you put your yarn in front of your hook.
Yep. And then you go in to your stitch.
Into the stitch.
Which is, just that vertical bar. And then you bring your yarn back and yarn over. And pull through.
Bring your yarn back and yarn over. How do you go?
Yep. So then put your yarn in the front again.
Wait, how do you yarn over to
bring your yarn back and yarn over. It's awkward. It's very awkward.
How do you grab the yarn? You gotta go around it.
You go around it, yes.
That looks funky.
Yes.
I don't even think that's right.
Yeah, I just read the tutorial of it before we came on, just so I could make sure that I was doing it right. And it should look, it's going to end up looking like a garter stitch, like a knit garter.
So you get a horizontal line going over your bar.
Correct. Exactly. And I don't think I'm doing it right because...
See the two little rusty tan?
Can you come in a little closer?
Yep, they're right there. You get these two little bars on top of your stitches. There's one stitch, there's the other. You get these little bars on them.
Yes. And I don't think I did mine right because mine don't look like that. So you bring your yarn in front, you insert your hook, and then, oh, that's what I did. You got to bring it up through the...
It's harder to get through your loop this way because you've got that loop on your yarn, making it tighter.
Yes.
Making it harder.
Exactly.
Makes it harder to get through that stitch when you pull it back.
Yes.
Through. And I'm going to pinch it and pull it down a little bit.
That's what I did too.
When I try to pull it through. Okay, so I got a whole 4 of them now. Whew.
They're a pain in the butt.
They really are. This is what we chose, huh?
This is what you chose.
Well, we liked it. You liked it.
I don't think I realized that it had these stitches in it.
Right.
And I'm thinking that it's got to get easier, right, as you go along.
I would think so. Okay, what in the world? That is a stitch. Am I not mistaken? Oh, hang on.
So my son, who is just getting off the bus now, I hear him, has been sick for 2 days and refuses to go to the doctor because he has perfect attendance and he doesn't want to ruin his perfect attendance.
Oh.
All right, so I've got my 8 pearls.
I'm not certain I do yet. I got to count here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't.
And I'm hoping that I did them
right.
Right. I'm not confident, but I'm hoping.
I'm not confident.
And then we're going to do a 3 Tunisian purl stitch together over the next 3 stitches to decrease. So this is where we're going to make our this is where we're going to make our V, our first V.
And how do we do Tunisian purl 3 togethers?
Well, let's think about it. So we'll move our yarn, pick up our stitch.
3 Tunisian purl stitches together over the next 3.
Wrap back around to the front. Pull through or go through your stitch.
No, this is not going to be right.
Wrap back around to the front.
No, we got to look this up.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to look this up.
Look it up.
3 Tunisian purl together.
Wrap back around, and that's the 3rd, and then pull through all of them. Oh, that's probably not right. I'm doing it like a normal crochet 3.
Yeah,
that's probably not right. No, that's not gonna be right.
No. How to? No, that's simple stitch. I didn't want that.
Come on, everybody, help us.
No, I'm looking. I'm looking. Hang on. 3 Tunisian purl together. I can find Tunisian simple stitch 3 together, and I know how you do that. That's super easy.
Okay, how do you do that?
That you just go through all 3 loops into the next 3 stitches.
Oh, so I bet you that's what you do with this, except you just make sure that the yarn is to the front. So put the yarn to the front,
maybe
go through all 3.
Maybe put your yarn to the front,
go through all
go
3.
through your next 3, 1, 2, 3 loops,
and then
put your yarn back to the back and pull through Oh,
Yep, I bet you that's it. Yep, I'm sure
well,
that's it.
there. I
That
think
looks
that's
right.
correct.
Yep, I think that's right.
I mean, I knew how to do the simple stitch together. Okay. All
And
right.
then we're gonna do a purl in the next 8 stitches again. I wonder, okay, so, row 1 is, so we're going to do that, and then, so basically this pattern's going to be a combination of 5 rows of Tunisian pearls and 5 rows of Tunisian simples. And you're just going to alternate those. I don't like even the look of the Tunisian pearl stitch. I prefer the Tunisian knit stitch, so I think I'm going to substitute a Tunisian knit stitch for a Tunisian pearl stitch. And that's my decision. I'm alternating the patterns, so I'm not going to purl those. I'm going to do a Tunisian knit stitch on those. Oh, diamond painting. Emma's here.
She's been here.
Oh no, Emma said, yeah, but she's talking about this weekend. I am a little bit miffed at Diamond Art Club right now.
Why?
Well, because there was a restock alert and there was one that I had wanted, and I popped on there right away and ordered it. And decided a couple days later to go check and see, when it was coming. And it was canceled.
Oh,
And yes, and
you
so
overdid
I
it.
went to my email, and I had an email from them that they had to cancel my order because the restock that had come in were damaged. I was so bummed.
Okay, so after you get your 8 done, you got to do something different.
And yeah, then you're going to make your peak, so then you're going to have an increase. Oh wait, how do I do a knit increase?
You're not gonna do a knit increase. It's just
No. Because I changed. I went back and
no, but you're just doing a Tunisian full stitch.
Over 3 though. How? Because
no, you're not.
Oh, I mean I'm sorry, a decrease. How am I going to do a decrease?
I don't know. You're on your own for that, but I don't know. After you do the next 8 stitches, like we just did 8 more stitches, then you do a Tunisian full stitch in the next space, which means you just go in the space between the stitches and pull up a loop. That's your full stitch.
I think I did it.
And then after you do your full stitch, then you do Tunisian purl stitch in the next. So now you do a purl in the next. And then you do another full. And that's your increases right there. So it's a full, a purl, or you're doing a knit, which I don't know how you're going to do that. I don't know how you do that. How do you do a knit when you're doing a...
What do you mean? When I'm doing an increase?
Yeah, you're not going to do a knit in that one.
Yeah, I am, because a knit actually, I know the difference now. A full goes between the stitches, and a knit goes, it goes diagonally between the front and
between
back
the 2 bars.
horizontal bars.
Yeah. Where the increase just goes between in the whole space.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. So then after you do that, It was a full, a purl, a full, and now 8 more pearls. Nope, and that's in the wrong spot.
Oh, you do 2 increases?
No, you do a full, a pearl,
And then a
full.
fur. Oh, okay. So yeah, 2 increases.
Oh, that is Dale. I was like, I thought he was gone. And I hear a weed whacker.
I didn't do 2 increases. I only did 1 increase because I wasn't reading the directions. I got a little bit excited there. Now I got to go back. Got a little overexcited. Oh, Mindy, Sue wants to see what you're doing.
I know. I always have a hard time with this camera and where I'm sitting.
Yes. I'm gonna go back to my my D.
It's just hard for me to, because I'm using this laptop and it's super hard for me to show what I'm doing.
Okay, now I got my increase right. Jennifer, you've never done Tunisian? That surprises me. I thought Jennifer could do anything.
Then after you do your 8 pearls, you do another 3 together. So move my yarn to the front, go through 3 stitches, move my yarn to the back, yarn over, and come through all 1, 2, and 3. And that didn't look right. That did not look right. So I'm going to take out those. Okay, let me bring my yarn to the front and go 1, 2, 3, then go to the back, yarn over, and come through my 1, 2, and 3. It didn't look like that last time I did an increase or a decrease. It's got I got a much longer bar this time than I did the last time. Where did I do it last time? Right here.
So we only have 2 sets of decreases and 1 set of increases then. Is the width of the scarves. And I mean, you could make it wider if you wanted.
Yeah, we did the 1 increase in the middle, and we're doing another decrease here at the end. And then Tunisian purl to the end. Okay.
Which you should only have 3 stitches left,
What?
right?
No,
Oh.
you
How
only got
many do you
3.
have?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Huh. Maybe I didn't do my. Let's see. I gotta count my loops here. Oh, but that's not gonna work because we decrease, so I am gonna have less loops. But we decreased twice and increased once. So 3 turned into 1, that's -4, but 1 turned into 3. So +2.
What?
What do I got going on here? That's my. Yeah, we're just gonna. Yeah, okay. I see what I got it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I had 8 left.
Okay. But when you get to the end, you have to do a Tunisian full stitch
In the.
in the last space. So you're squeezing in one more stitch in your last space.
Yes, and that space is often hard to get into.
And then you have to, then you have to do your ending stitch.
What do you mean?
There's an ending stitch you have to do as well.
Where does it say that?
Well, it doesn't, but you have to. So
No, because your Tunisian full stitch increases.
I know, but normally when you get to the end of a Tunisian row, you put a stitch in that very last.
Right, that's to make it so you won't be decreasing, but you don't have to do that because by doing the Tunisian full stitch in the space before the last stitch, you're increasing. So you don't have to do that.
But if you look at our other end, we started with our to get you a nice edge. We started with our loop here at the beginning, and then we did a Tunisian full stitch.
Right, to increase.
And that's what we're doing here. And if we don't do another stitch at the end, we didn't increase.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That would be our end stitch.
Correct.
And it doesn't say that you need to put another stitch in that end.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Work a Tunisian full stitch in the space before your last stitch. So you do need to.
But it doesn't say to put a stitch in the last stitch. It just says before the last stitch.
You have to. You have to.
Okay.
I know you have to, because otherwise that defeated your increase. Because this is what I've been doing on my scarf.
Okay.
So I know you've got to, and you got to go through both of those loops on the side.
Yes.
So let me see if I can. There's like 2 loops you got to go through, and it's kind of in the side of the stitch there.
Basically, it's your chain.
And you got to go through both.
From when you started your chain, yeah.
Yeah, you have to do a stitch there. Otherwise, you've done no increase.
But okay.
Right?
Well, I'm just wondering if the increasing that we've done throughout the row isn't accounting for that.
No, because we increased at the beginning. Our very first increase was at the beginning of our row when we went in the space. And then we had another stitch that was at the beginning.
Next to it, right.
So here we're increasing by going in the space, and we still have to have our ending stitch.
Okay.
So on the way back, it's easy you just do a return pass, which is yarn over, go through 1, and then yarn over and go through 2 all the way back. I don't think the direction was very clear there, but I think you had to imply and infer.
I'm like Michael Scott with the GPS.
Who?
From The Office, Michael Scott.
Oh,
But okay, so there's a scene in The Office
no idea.
where Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute are out on a sales call, okay? And they're using their car's GPS system. And it tells him to turn right now. But if he were to turn right now, he would drive into a lake. And so he turns and starts to drive into the lake. And Dwight's like, no, yeah. And Michael Scott's like, it knows what it's doing. Maybe it's a shortcut.
Oh, James.
So I always follow directions, even if the directions appear to be wrong. No, that's not true. I don't always follow directions.
Classic. I can't go that way, but realize your map's upside down.
Right.
I find that with Tunisian crochet, my left hand takes more of a workout. Like my left hand gets tired quickly.
Yes, definitely, because it's doing a lot of twisting.
Yeah.
Left hand's doing a lot of twisting.
Yeah. And you hold it differently. I don't.
Mm-hmm. And I do a lot of finger manipulation with the yarn with my
the left
hand.
hand. Yes.
Okay, and now we're just going to we're going to so you can see there's your dip that was your first decrease, and that's going to make part the bottom of our chevron.
See, I got a little.
Where's my
here's what mine's looking like. Yep.
Then here's increase.
Here's a down and a down and an up.
Yep.
So these are the. See, this one is just funky. That's not right. I don't like.
Did your second decrease not turn out?
Yeah, I don't like the second decrease.
Yeah, my second decrease didn't do as well as my first decrease, and I'm not sure why. But I'll pick it up. I'll catch it on this one.
I mean, it did, but I've got like more of a space there, and I don't. Well, I think you're supposed to get a space there, though. Honestly,
yes, I think you are supposed to get a space.
And I just think it didn't show up as much the first time. I mean, it's nice and zigzaggy. I have no problem with that, but it just looked different. Nothing like learning together, huh? Guess what? For row 2, guess what we do?
The same thing. So for our first stitch, we're going to do an increase. So we're going to do a full stitch. And then the next 8, we're going to do
8 pearls.
And I'm doing knit.
Now here's where it's tricky. Like, where is my...
And don't get discouraged with Tunisian, because it's very easy to it doesn't look like much until you get a few rows going. So let me ask you this question. Your 3 together, is that falling in the right spot for you? Your first decrease, is that falling in the right spot?
I'm not even anywhere near that, so I don't know.
Mine didn't quite fall in, I don't think, the right spot.
Well, I think it all goes back to your very beginning. Like
1, 2, 3.
like we had an increase stitch.
Yep.
So our pearls are going to start in the increase stitch.
Okay, it's right now. I got it.
And not in the first pearl, right?
Correct.
So you got to start in that increase. So that's 1. These bars are hard to find this way.
They are, because of the increases and decreases. It does make them a little difficult to find.
I think it's just the pearl stitches are harder to find your bars.
Oh yes. Yeah, I would.
They're shorter. They're little.
They're little, yeah.
They're very little. They're hard to find them.
Okay. So that should be that. Okay, now I got it. Pick up that.
Thanks.
Two, 3.
We're very focused. We're like,
yes, we are. We are very focused. Okay, so now I'm going to do a full there and then my end. Okay, I'm hoping now that once this return pass comes around, I've got better peaks and valleys to show. My peaks and valleys, because my valleys turned out fine, but my peak didn't look very peakish after the first round. So I've got so Mindy and I went to, I wanted to just talk a little bit about the Fiber Festival last weekend. I had a grand old time. But I told Mindy when we got there, it was a dangerous time for me because it seems like, according to the calendar, usually when we go on our yarn crawls and festivals and whatnot, it always seems to fall at a time when I'm on a tight budget. Well, unfortunately, this time it fell on a time when I was at the beginning of my monthly crafting budget, which made it a very dangerous place for me. And I did some damage.
You did.
I got some yarn. Some I just couldn't resist, and some, oh my gosh, was that alpaca yarn we got, I could not resist. So we came upon a fairly new yarn dyer who they were clearancing out some of their bases that they weren't going to carry any longer, and and it was 100% baby alpaca yarn, and it was regularly $32 a hank, and they were selling it for $18 a hank, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So I ended up getting a sweater quantity of that. That was my big purchase of the day. And I think I have found a pattern that I am going to use for the sweater. I think I'll show it to you in just a second.
I'm having a hard time figuring out my bar here.
And then I also got enough of this. There we go. There we go. That looks more like a wedge. That looks better. Now, of course, don't worry. Also, Tunisian always curls, especially your first few rows are going to curl. Oh, Deborah, because that's not a free pattern. I wish we could do Tony's scarf because I love that one a lot. But it's not as a paid pattern, so we always try to stick with free patterns. When
You're talking about the adventurous scarf?
Yeah. Hey, Jody. So I grabbed this yarn from, we've seen these guys at several yarn events. It's called Frogget Yarns. They're a hand dyer from Pennsylvania. And this is a wool cotton fingering weight yarn. And so I picked up 2 hanks of the brown and 1 hank of this kind of mauvey color. And I'm going to make it, whoops, can't really see it, can you? I'm going to make a top with this, a summer top. And it's really cool. It's called Tessellate Me, and it's by, Abby something is the designer on Ravelry. But it's made out of these strips that you do of what are entrelac, Tunisian entrelac crochet. In the construction of a summer top is the entrelac, and I don't know if you can really see it yet because I've only got 2 rows done, or 2 strips put together, but it's like little cross-hatched squares that fit together. And once I put in the second color, I'm going to kind of do it like across the bust of the shirt. I'm going to do the other color. So this is just the like the shoulder of the top right now. But when I get to the bust, I'm going to do it in this color. And yeah, it's really cute. I like it. It's a very new technique for me, the entrelac. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think this is going to be my retreat project. But it might not be because it does require an immense amount of concentration because it's not something I've done yet or before. So I might want to take something easier to the retreat so I can concentrate on visiting rather than working.
I'm just struggling along here. And I know I have missed a thing here. There has got to be a bar back here I missed. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
And I get a little bit of a gap there, but there shouldn't be that much. 8 stitches. I should have it.
All right, I'm going to start my third row.
You can go ahead.
I am. So we start with an increase. And then we do 1, 2.
I'm doing the pearls, Deborah. I'm not minding the pearls.
4. They try my patience. I'm not.
I'm not having too much trouble.
They try my patience.
My trouble right now is just finding my last. I'm missing a bar somehow, and I don't know why. But
Uh-oh. How did I'm missing a bar. I should have started my decrease there, and I'm not. How did I do that? My decrease, no. Yeah, my decrease should have been, that's not right. Yeah, I'm missing a bar because this is where I should start my decrease. So I think what I'm going to do, so I don't end up, it's still early enough along. I'm just going to add another increase in here. Which is, not recommended. But if it continues to happen, I'll probably have to start over something. Deborah, did you link the pattern? I didn't see it. Oh, is it a chevron blanket? That's not a bad idea.
I need to make one right there. That's what I need to do.
I've never even like with knitting, I don't like the look of a purl stitch either. I don't know why. It just reminds me of the back of it reminds me of like the wrong side of something. So, I mean, but everybody's got their personal preference. Oh, you can't see either one of us doing anything else?
I know, right? We're like,
usually I can get my hands in there in the right spot, but
I know.
I think I was holding it a little bit close.
I know, because we're focusing.
We're
got to
not
see
very
what we're
entertaining.
doing. It's like,
once your pattern gets a little bit established, you shouldn't have to really stitches in between your peaks and valleys.
and did you end up with 8 at your end?
I did. I ended up with 8 perfectly at my end.
Yeah.
But I didn't end up with 8 in the beginning of my next row before I needed to make my valley for some reason. Oh, I got a knot in my yarn. That's not good. There we go.
Yeah, I've just barely made it to my end. I'm like,
okay, so now I'm going to do my decrease. And your decrease should be over the the last regular stitch of before the previous row's decrease, the stitch of the decrease and the next stitch is where your decrease should line up. Get out of there. One thing about these Knitter's Pride hooks is they are quite pointy. The ends are quite pointy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind that, but if you have real splitty yarn, I can see it maybe being a problem.
I like it in this situation.
Yes, yes.
Because it helps you get into some of those little spaces.
So we will not be here next week.
Why won't we?
Because we will be retreating. We will be retreating in lovely Western Michigan. And as this is going to sound super duper silly, but as the time draws nearer and nearer, I am getting more and more nervous about my horseback riding.
Oh. And you're nervous for what reason?
I am afraid of horses.
Oh.
I've always been afraid of horses.
Oh. Let's see how my thing's looking here. Is it looking right? Well, I got a really weird bump here on my very first row, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that at this point. Yeah, well, it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. I see my I got a little nipple right there. Got a little nipple.
Is that where your peak is? Is a little nipple, or is that where your valley?
No, it's down here at the bottom, and I don't know why it's there, but it's weird. I got a little weird nipply thing down there. It didn't do it down here. It just did it on this one side there. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know. Anyhow, it's there. It's there for the time being. It'll be there forever. Right?
So last night I had to go to one of a parent and grandparents' most exciting things of the year. It was my granddaughter's spring concert.
Oh, the spring concert.
Yes.
Yes.
She's in first grade, and in her school district, they have they do like we do out here, where they have the elementary schools are split to upper elementary and lower elementary, where all kindergarten through second goes to the lower elementary, and third, fourth, and fifth goes to the upper elementary. So in her elementary school, there are 4 first grade classes. So that's a lot of kids. So the spring concert was luckily just for the first grade, but it was still 4 classes worth. But it was, and even Jeff was surprised, it was the most entertaining children's spring concert I have ever been to.
Really?
It was actually very, very good. Yes, they did it. It was a baseball themed. So they were all dressed up as little baseball players, and they did, take me out to the ball game and stuff like that. And then they had some of the students had little talking parts that they did. They came up and talked about teamwork and getting picked for the team and stuff like that. It was really cute. And my granddaughter, of course, had a speaking part because she's so adorable. Wow, Sherry, it took 17 days for your Dreamer Designs package. That's
crazy, isn't it?
I ordered a couple Dreamer Designs last week, and I was hoping that they were going to get delivered before I went away for the retreat, because I don't want them.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't want them to get delivered when I'm gone and Jeff's here, because then,
And good luck with that. They've been really, really slow.
Who's getting nasty thunderstorms, Emma? Oh, Sue, I got a couple that had been on my wish list for quite some time. I got it was one. It's what gosh, what is it even called? It's a Christmas one, and it's the really really big Christmas one, the really long Christmas one. It's like a Christmas town. Is it called Christmas Lane? Maybe I think Holiday
Oh, where
Lane.
they're making bang of popcorn in the middle of the street.
Yes, 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 yes. Yep, I got that one, and I got the Fairy's Veil. It's like a fall looking fairy. And I know I'm not usually into those kinds, but I like the look of that one. And I used the BF60 coupon code, and it worked. So it was still, I got it, the buy one get one 60% off. So that was nice.
Guess how many diamond paintings I've bought?
How many?
0.
Good job, Mindy. Good job. Oh, and I also did finally place my diamond painting Deutschland order that I've been talking about for over a year. Now that's going to get delivered on Monday, so I'm super excited about that.
Monday?
Yep.
Dang, that was fast.
Yeah, they ship really fast. Yep, they ship fast. And so, because I think I'm going to start one of those at the retreat. I ended up, I had 4 of them in my cart, but that was a little bit ambitious.
Too much?
Yeah. So I pared it down. I only got 2. And I got, the ones I got were, there were 2 newer Josephine walls that I had on my wish list or in my cart that I had wanted. But those ones were each $100. Well, 100 euros, whatever. And the older one that I wanted was only 75. So I figured I would get the older one now and wait and get the newer ones when the price comes down.
The price will come down?
As they get older, yeah. I think they were just more because they were newer. They weren't like a a bigger size or that's I don't know. I'm just assuming that maybe that's why they were priced higher than the rest. And that might be an incorrect assumption on my part. But I love that I got all round drills this time, which I'm super excited about. Because the one that I did, the Diana, that was a round drill one. But then the other one, the 3 Graces I did was a square drill kit from them. And I really enjoyed the round drill one a lot more. Heck yes, I'm going to do an unboxing, Judy. I can't wait to show you guys. It's hard to do those unboxings though because they're double-sided. You got to peel, and they're always so like tightly wound when you first get them. It takes a hot minute to get them unwound. The other one I got is actually not a Josephine wall. It is of a steam engine, and but it's very cool. I really like it. The steam engine chugging down the line.
Is that another like max color one?
It has 100 colors, so not crazy. crazy, but you know, still a lot. Yeah. Oops, where did my loop go? Okay. Come on through one. There. That is weird, Emma. That is really weird. Deborah, I have been, so funny you should mention that because I just looked down at my cross stitch bag this morning and I was like, I can't wait until I can get back to it. So I've been furiously working on the blanket for the retreat. And then I'm furiously working on another project retreat. And then I wanted to get Sue's blanket finished before the retreat so I can give it to her there. So I have not crossed it in probably a month because I've been working on all this other stuff. But I can't wait to get back into it. Whoops! I went through 3 there. There we go. So I haven't woven in the ends yet for my blanket for the retreat. So I got Sue's ends all woven in this afternoon. I'm going to weave in the ends for the other blanket. And we got to go out to dinner for Jeff's dad's birthday tonight.
Oh, dang, I just lost all my stitches there.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
I was doing so good, and then I lost a bunch of stitches.
I hate it when that happens.
No.
Oh, and I remember last week I was telling you guys that Jeff and I were going to go out on a date.
Yeah.
Well, we did, and it was so much fun. We had such a great time.
Nice.
Yeah, we went to, well, it's kind of funny. Jeff used to be a guy where if we went to a restaurant and there was
the way you started that, he used to be a guy, and I'm like, he still is, isn't
he? Yeah, he still is. Last time I checked. No, he used to be the kind of person where if we went to a restaurant and there was a wait, there was no way we were waiting. Like we would walk out the door and go to a different restaurant. He just doesn't like to wait for a table. So we went to the place I wanted to go, and there was a 25-minute wait. So without even consulting Jeff, I just said, oh, okay, thanks, never mind. And turned around and, we walked out. And Jeff said, well, why'd you do that? We could have waited. And I'm like, well, you don't like to wait. And he's like, no, I would have waited. And I'm like, well, now it's a thing. We can't, there's all these people standing there. If we walk back in, we're going to look like idiots, blah, blah, blah. So we leave, but neither one of us can decide on some place that we would like to go better. And so we're just driving aimlessly down the streets of our town. And I said, well, how about this? There was a bar that Jeff and I used to go to when we first started dating that we hadn't been to in probably 20 years, maybe more. More than 20 years, definitely more than 20 years. We hadn't been there since we bought our house out here, and that's been 22 years ago. But it's the first place that him and I ever went together. We went to watch a band play. And so I said, how about if we go down to White's and we have one beer, and then we'll go back to the restaurant we just came from. And then then we won't have to wait. So we did that. And so that was kind of cool to kind of go to, the place that was like our first date. And, it was neat. It was fun.
Cool.
So we did that, and then we got back to the restaurant, and we didn't have to wait. But then when we were sitting there, we decided that we would have rather had gone to this other restaurant. So we decided just to have our drink there and go to the other restaurant. So we did that. So we were just about town. I mean, for me, a person that doesn't get out much, we went to 3 different establishments in one night.
Brenda, I'm great. I'm just focusing and concentrating. When I'm learning something new and trying this, I really have to pay attention to what I'm doing.
I don't know why they still have double-sided adhesive, Brenda, but I love it. I'm a huge. I'm happy.
Love it.
I love it. I just do.
I have some. I'll bring you. How's that?
I love double-sided adhesive.
Okay. Increase. Purl. Increase.
Okay, so I did my increases there. And now I got to go right back into that stitch to make that increase work. 1. Whoops, 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 whoops. Whoops, what's going on here? Okay, that's my increase. Oh, there we go. I think it might be because at least I don't know. I don't know where I'm getting this idea, but maybe it has something to do with the size of the images because they're all quite big. But then again, like Dreamer Designs does quite large things with poured glue.
I think it's cheaper.
Yeah, it probably
is cheaper, but
yeah. And it's not to say that they're cheap because they're not. They're not cheap.
Okay, this didn't turn out any different. I took this out and it didn't turn out any different. I'm not getting 8 stitches at the end. I'm way off, and I don't know why.
Way off?
Well, yeah, way off. Let's see. Huh. Like I should have 8 stitches at the end. 1.
And how many do you have?
3, 4, 5, 6. I'm off 2 stitches.
Oh, that's not good.
No, right? I know. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I don't know why. See, I got something funky going on here. I got some funkiness.
Got something
like funky. I shouldn't have this right here, right? Maybe I should. I don't know. What should I have? I don't know.
6.
Yeah, I'm not liking how it's turning out. Anyhow.
7.
The big one that we're sharing. We don't know.
Well,
hanging out at my house.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Yeah. Are you almost to the end of your row?
Yes, I am.
When you get to the end of your row,
I did. I got to 8. I got to 8, and then I've got to put 1 full stitch between here and the end.
No, and then your ending.
And then my end.
Yeah, mine's not coming out right.
Yeah, mine is at the end, but it wasn't at the beginning, which is interesting.
Isn't that strange?
Yes.
Yeah, spread yours out when you're done. Mine's just.
Yep, hold on. I just got to do this.
Right.
I got to do this return pass, and then I'll show you what it looks like.
It's not right. It's messed up. It's not right. I'm going to redo it. I'm just going to redo it. Yeah, she got another big one from Dreamer Designs. Yes, she did, Sue. That's what she said.
Yep, I did.
Oh, you're doing your return pass now? I wanted to find out before you did your return pass.
Oh, I know. It'll just take me 2 seconds to do the return pass.
2 seconds.
It'll take 2 seconds.
No.
It's not very wide. Maybe 30 seconds, but not very long.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a minute. Okay, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I was just asking to lay it out.
Dang it! I just lost all my loops. All right, hold on. I got it. I'm gonna have to. I hate that about Tunisian. When you're doing something on the wider side, you lose. There. Can you see it?
Yeah, mine's not. Yours is very pointy.
It is pointy.
Mine's not. Mine was just roundy.
Oh,
I'm doing
no,
something wrong.
Yeah, mine's pointy. Quite pointy.
Yeah, mine's not right. Mine is not right. So I'm going to take mine out. Want to watch me take it out?
Sure.
I'm going to take it out. Watch. It's all wrong. So it's not right.
Zoop.
It's not right. Not right. Not right. Not right. Not right.
So I really don't. I have been very, very. I used to be a really. I used to be really impulsive with starting new ones, and I'd start new ones all the time. But the last three I've started, I've finished them right to the end. So
what have you finished?
I finished it was a crystal fall one. And then I finished a Christmas crystal one. And then
Crystals?
Yeah. And then I finished the one before that was what was it? It was an Ennis. But it was the Ennis that had like pinks. It was
Hello, Francesca.
Pink and gray. And then the two that I have started since then, the Benedict blue and the Dragon's Eye, I won't start anything new until I have those finished. So I've gotten better about impulsively starting things.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do right now. Before I even continue, I'm going shopping.
Okay.
I'm going Amazon shopping.
What you gonna get?
A new hook.
What kind?
Different Tunisian hook.
Oh, okay.
I don't like any of these hooks, and I'm going to go get me a different one.
I would highly recommend the Chaigu. Those are really nice. Right. Like I said, they are a little expensive.
I don't mind.
Oh, Francesca's gonna do crochet. That's awesome. We can work on it at the retreat.
Oh, we've been working on it already, haven't we, Francesca?
Yeah, we can work on it at the retreat. In person is always so much better.
Yeah, she's doing well.
Good.
She's doing well. Yeah, I don't mind the Knitter's Pride one. The Knitter's Pride hook is nice, but
yeah.
I could have it by tomorrow.
Yeah, mine came same day. That was the first time I ordered anything from Amazon and got it delivered same day. I was shocked. I was shooketh.
You got the Knitter Pride Dream, don't you?
The Dreams kit. It was like
I'm
$43.
really curious about Clover because I love Clover's regular hooks.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious about the Clover set, but it is a whole set.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can buy them individually, and I'm not up for $104.
Yeah, no.
But if they had them individual, I would try them individually. But they don't.
I'm glad I got this set. I like it, and I think for the limited amount of Tunisian that I plan to do, I think.
Now, okay, Chaigu is not that expensive. Because
for the set, it's like $110 for the set.
But they come with their cord for $10.
Oh, for individually? Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, this is a 6.5 here for $10. I should have put in a 6. Tunisian crochet hook 6.
Yeah, I'm glad I switched to 6.5 with this because I like the way the stitches look a lot better. I think they were a little too tight with the 6.
I didn't have any problem with them.
But I think my yarn says it's DK weight, but it seems kind of on the thicker side of the DK.
Oh, the 6 is a very pretty hook for the Knitter's Pride one. No, put it in my cart and keep looking. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, Jody, the cords on the chai glue are really nice and flexible. Yep. Catherine says the Knitter's Pride ginger Tunisian hooks are good too. I didn't see those on there. I just saw these Dreams ones.
Mm-hmm. I don't see ginger in here either.
Not to say that they're not there. I just
So yeah, the chai glue is $10 with a 24-inch flexible cord.
nice.
But is it interchangeable? It's not.
See, that's why I think the benefit of buying the kit is they're
It's
interchangeable.
not an interchangeable hook
Oh, Catherine said she did get them on Amazon, the ginger
or
ones.
cord.
We're making a chevron scarf, Tunisian chevron scarf, Sue, if you're talking to us.
Oh, I think she's talking to Francesca.
Oh, okay.
She knows what we're making.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the chai glue is an attached cord. Which makes them less versatile.
Catherine likes her Knitter's Pride ones better than her chai glue ones.
Knitter's Pride ginger?
Yep.
Ginger Tunisian.
Can't believe I lost a whole row there.
I believe it.
It's all Mindy's fault.
The set is $92.
Oh, you found the ginger ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are better.
Knitter's Pride ginger Tunisian with interchangeable at a 6.5, but I want a 6.
No, I can't remember.
5, 7, 5.
Where I was. Did I already do one increase or do I need to do one increase?
6 millimeter.
I'm going to have to go all the way back.
6 millimeter ginger. Hey, here we go. 6 millimeter ginger. You don't like the chai glue?
I do. I have one chai glue Tunisian hook. And
Knitter's Pride ginger Tunisian crochet hook with interchangeable blah, blah, blah. It's more expensive, but it may be worth it. Oh, there's a 5% off coupon.
Oh, there you go. That
makes sense. By Sunday. And you know what? The thing is, it doesn't come with the cords. So what cords did you get, Catherine? I'm not going to end this live until I get my questions answered. We're going to go. What cord do you have? Is it the Knitter's Pride cord? Is it what cord? What cord do you have? I need to know.
8. Okay, so here goes my.
I wonder what the difference is between the gingers and the Dreams.
I don't know.
I mean, the ginger, interchangeable hook, or cord. I keep saying hook. Well, it is an interchangeable hook too, right? The hook does come off the cord. It doesn't really give you much more detail about it anywhere. It's weird. Knitter's Pride cords, which is what I already have. So,
you know, the one thing I'm finding with this now as I'm working with it a little bit more is it's getting sticky.
What's getting sticky?
My hook.
Oh.
Because my hands are a little sweaty.
Oh.
Sticking to my yarn.
Knitter's Pride cord. Hang on, where is my Knitter's Pride hook? Where is my Knitter's Pride hook? Where is it? It has a blue cord. These show a not blue, a like.
Oh wow, Francesca! Right off with a knee-length cardigan. That you sound like me. That's the kind of stuff I do.
That's
Oh.
exactly what she said. She always jumps right in.
Yep, I always just jump right in. Like with my sewing adventures, I'm not starting off with just, learning how to use a machine. I'm starting
What
off with
color are your cords, Catherine? Are they yellow?
Well, I think it depends on the length, doesn't it?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because mine are color coded by length.
Maybe, but I don't know. Cords of various lengths. Knitter's Pride interchangeable cords.
That is not going where I'm telling it to go.
Wow. There's a mindful cord. That's Knitter's Pride as well.
What is it mindful about?
I don't know, but it's blue. It's pretty.
Hmm.
There's a brown. I might try one of these yellow ones because I don't. Maybe the yellows are different than the. I don't know.
Yeah, I always thought that the color was just the length. Or maybe for different sets it means different things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or different brands.
Right. I don't know. There's some pretty hooks out there, though. Yeah, there are a lot.
That's so funny because, like, I don't care what the hook looks like.
I'm just saying there's some pretty ones out here. There's a really pretty aqua teal set. It's very pretty. But I'm not ready to buy a whole set.
Well, I just figured I needed 3 different sizes anyway. If I bought them individually, it was going to be about $30, or I could get the set for $43. So it was, just thought it made more sense to get the set.
I think what you'll find, Francesca, when you go to like the yarn stores, you get a lot of knitters in the yarn stores, but there's a lot of people out there that are crocheters. There's a ton. But yarn stores, they're coming around, but they still tend to cater a lot to knitters.
Yes, they do.
And by the way, just so everybody knows, Saturday is local yarn shop day.
Yes.
So if you want to go to your local yarn shop, I know that mine is having some great deals. They've got some special colorways from some companies.
There, now you can see it. This looks like a W. Mine, because I did my return pass.
Yeah, mine was not pulling up correctly like it was supposed to. So yeah. I did something wrong with my decreases. My decreases were wrong.
All right. Well, folks.
Well, I'm going to shop for more hooks, and then I'm going to start my whole thing over.
Okay, and I'm going to continue on.
Alrighty then.
And we will. Well, we gotta but now we're going to do something different for the next 5. For the first 5 rows, you do that stitch, and then for the next 5 rows, you do simple stitch.
Well, how many rows have you done?
5.
Oh, well. Okay. I say you're done until we meet again.
Yes, agreed.
You're done. I'm going to get my first 5 rows done so that then we can go on to the next part.
That sounds lovely. Lovely.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
And you know what? If we're switching back and forth like that, that might not be a bad time to change colors.
That's what I was thinking too. Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. All right. Okay. All right, everybody.
The pattern we're doing right now, it is in the
Is that the pattern that you want, Sue, or what pattern?
Yeah, what pattern, Sue? Because the pattern that we're doing right now is in the description tab of the video, Mindy said.
No,
Or the
no,
live? Oh, no?
no, the link is not there. Just the name of
Oh,
it.
just the name of
I don't
it.
have a link in the
Okay,
description.
there's a link in the chat. Up at the top of the chat, there's a link.
If you're wanting the pattern to this, but I don't know if
Yeah.
that's what you want. Speak now or forever hold your peace. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, it's up in the chat. Look, just go up in the chat. I put the link in there.
Oh, yep. The link is in the chat at the top. You got it.
All right, everybody.
Okay, now we are out of here. All right.
All
We
right,
will
see
see
you
you
later.
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and we'll have lots of
2.
stories.
Yes, yes. I'm certain you'll hear from at least me before then. You know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably not me because I'm a
Yeah, but you will hear from me. You know that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
All right,
talk to you
bye.
later. Bye, everybody.